get ready, my soul. I'm diving in, get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here, to the present moment here, to a new beginning here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in, get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul.
Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Southeast Louisiana. I'm Reverend Larrye-Marie Heyl, the spiritual director here, and we are a group of radically inclusive spiritual renegades, healing hearts and creating community. And we embrace conscious spiritual living, encouraging everyone to live in enthusiastic expectancy of their good and their prosperity and their abundance. And we're continuing our remarkable 2023 spiritual journey today. And I'm very excited that we're beginning our summer series, Life, Love, and the Pursuit of Happiness, according to the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse. The series is based on a book by Charlie Machesy. And I'm delighted that both Reverend Catherine Bonin and Reverend Larry King are joining me in providing messages for this series based on the characteristics that are prevalent in this beautiful book. So stay with us as we begin the series with Search for Meaning. And don't worry if you can't make all of them. They'll all be up on our website as we do each week, and each week is independent. So let's begin with prayer. Just settling into that place where we know the God that is love and joy and peace and ease and grace and comfort, where we know that higher being. And as an individual expression of the divine, all that God is right within us, just waiting to be tapped into. And what I know to be the truth is that each of us is here by divine appointment today to hear something in the message, in the music, in a reading, in one of the little clips about the book. We are here to expand our spiritual territory in some way. I am so grateful that you have decided to give us some of your time today and to start this search for meaning, to find your true home and your true purpose. So it's with great gratitude that I release these words into the law of mind, spirit, and action, knowing that the divine has already said yes, that they're already done. So I can just say amen, and we can affirm it together as a community. And so it is. And for me, my search for meaning, I know, is a lot related to the choices I make. So this song is a perfect kickoff for this series, and our CSL music team has a beautiful rendition of it. Sing along and embrace the words. The song is called I'm Choosing Heaven Today.
today. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today.
So this is our time for celebration and healing. Our time in our service where we celebrate life and we pray for people who desire prayer. We begin with celebration, so I invite you to say aloud, so that the whole universe can hear it, any event in your life for which you're grateful and joyful this week. And now we turn to the healing portion of our service. We're a community steeped in healing. So we pause now to pray for anyone who's not feeling the joy of life that we perhaps were just feeling. They're not feeling maybe that they have things to celebrate. And I truly love this part of our service because it's so in alignment with who we are. So let's pray. God is all there is. God is that love and that peace and ease and grace and freedom and so much more. And as an individual expression of the divine, each of us have within us all of these qualities of spirit. They're available to us right here and right now. And what I know to be the truth is that there are people on this planet right now that aren't embracing those qualities. So we stop for a moment and we create a circle of love. And in this community, we place in that circle of love anyone that we recognize within ourselves or for someone else that might need prayer. So I'm going to pause and I just invite you to say aloud the names of all of those people that you want to include in our circle of love. I know that God is right where each of us happens to be, right here and right now, moving in, through, and as each of us. And I know that the divine has heard every name that we spoke, either in our hearts or aloud. And what I'd like you to do now is pause again, and from your heart to all of theirs, just send out love, knowing that the divine knows exactly how to distribute it. And what I know to be the truth is that anything that needs to be released within each of these people is being released now, be it disease of the mind, of the body, of the soul. I know that anything that's seeking to come forth and be lifted up can be lifted up. And that this release and this lifting up is healing whatever's called to be healed. I know that each of these people is feeling more deeply their connection with the divine right now. I have evidence of that, and I know it to be the truth for everyone that we placed in our circle. So I'm so grateful to know that the God without is the God within me. The God without is the God within every person in our circle, every person in this community, and every person on this planet. And I'm grateful for that power of community prayer and what it means to the uplifting of the people on this planet. So it's from all that gratitude that I release this prayer into the law of mind, spirit, and action. Because I know that the divine, in all of its wisdom, has already called all of this good. Any heavy lifting that needs to be done to heal whatever needs to be healed, the divine is already taken care of. So I can just know it's already done, say amen, and together we can affirm it. And so it is. I invite you to join me for our community affirmation. My life's purpose is already within me, and I am committed to its unfoldment. I am here by divine appointment to join in a community that cares for one another, to be in a place that transforms people's lives, to remember the highest truth about myself, to learn spiritual tools for personal transformation, and thus to make the world a more joyful place. So this is our time for meditation. Just releasing the past, letting go of the future, taking some deep, nourishing breaths, and just forgetting any thoughts of the outside world so that you can truly move into your heart and become aware of your breathing and awaken to this present moment, right here, right now. In Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl wrote, "Man does not simply exist, but always decides what his existence will be, what he will become in the next moment." So as Karen leads you into your time with the divine, send your love out and know in this moment, in this holy instant, you are the love that God created you to be. Enjoy sitting with Karen in this divine moment as she sings, "I Send My Love."
So I want you to think about, who do you want to send some love to? Picture them in your mind's eye. It could even be sending it to yourself. Picture yourself looking in the mirror. Who do you want to send love to? And sing this with me. I send my love over the mountain. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. That's the whole thing. Sing with me now. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens. It returns to me, and it returns to me. I send my prayers. I send my prayers over the mountains. I send my prayers over the sea. I send my prayers into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens. It returns, and it returns to me. I send peace. I send peace over the mountains. I send peace over the sea. I send peace into the heavens, and it returns, and it returns to me. Let's send my love. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. Send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. Do that line again. And it returns to me. One more time as we get ready for our meditation. And it returns to me. Sing with me one more time. I send my love. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. It returns, and it returns to me, and it returns to me.
It's always so wonderful to have Karen do our meditation. Imagine if you decided for your existence to be love in every moment. I invite you to try that this week.
My name is Nancy Wirtz, and this is a reading from Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor E. Frankl. The Will to Meaning. Man's search for meaning is the primary motivation in his life. It is not a secondary realization or of instinctual drives. The meaning is unique and specific in that it must and can be fulfilled by him alone. Only then does it achieve a significance which will satisfy his own will to meaning. There are some authors who contend that meanings and values are nothing but defense mechanisms, reaction formations, and sublimations. But as for myself, I would not be willing to live merely for the sake of my defense mechanisms, nor would I be ready to die merely for the sake of my reaction formations. Man, however, is able to live and even die for the sake of his own ideals and values. A public opinion poll was conducted a few years ago in France. The results showed that 98% of the people polled admitted that man needs something for the sake of which to live. Moreover, 61% conceded that there was something or someone in their lives for whose sake they were even ready to die.
Throughout this series, we see the importance of love in our life and how love lifts us up, especially when we're feeling lost or alone. So this song is a great introduction to the message. Sing along with our music team as they sing, "Love Lifted Me."
Love lifted me, love lifted me, when nothing else could help. Love lifted me, love lifted me, love lifted me, when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. All my heart to God I give, ever to love I crave. In God's blessed presence live, never to know my truth. Love so mighty and so true, merit my soul's best song. Faithful loving service to help me belong. Love lifted me, love lifted me, when nothing else could help. Love lifted me, love lifted me, love lifted me, when nothing else could help. Love lifted me.
I'd like to thank our reader for the wonderful reading today, and the CSL music team and Karen Drucker for the beautiful music to support the message. Today we're beginning our series on life, love, and the pursuit of happiness, according to the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse. And we're exploring the search for meaning.
Hello.
Hello,
What are you doing here?
I'm lost.
Oh dear. Well, that's no good. So, how did you get here? Well, hello.
Hello, who?
Hello, cake.
What cake?
That cake. It looks delicious. Spectacular. I mean, it's magnificent.
I can't see a cake.
It's... Oh. It's a tree.
It is a lovely tree. And it did look a bit like a cake.
So, yes, well, no cake. And you're lost.
Yes.
An old mole once told me, when you're lost, follow the river and it will take you home.
But I can't see a river.
Perhaps you could see one from that branch. And if you happen to see a cake while you're up there.
This is a 14-week journey. So like the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse, allow yourself time to discover who you are and what has meaning to you, where your home lies. Each week you can walk away with some tools so that you might delve deeper into understanding your life and what brings you joy. So as we continue on our wonderful 2023 spiritual journey, our title for this week is Search for Meaning. And here's your question for the week. What is the one choice you might make today to decide what your existence might be, to tune in to your homing device, and to allow love and spirit to bring you home? One more time. What is the one choice you might make today to decide what your existence might be, to tune in to your homing device, and to allow love and spirit to bring you home? Viktor Frankl, the author of Man's Search for Meaning, stressed that humans must find meaning and purpose in life to be truly fulfilled. And so for the next 14 weeks, we're discovering our own home, what the meaning in life might be for each of us. And because we're each individual expressions of the divine, we find meaning in various ways. And each of our lives has a purpose, which we each must strive to discover for ourselves. Frankl believed that meaning in life could be seen through various sources such as love, experiences, service, and even suffering. According to Frankl, each individual must choose how to respond to their circumstances, and the meaning of life is determined by how they choose to respond. He argued that no matter what life throws at us, we must never give up on finding our meaning and purpose. Today, Reverend Catherine Bonin, Reverend Larry King, and I begin this series with our desire to help you find meaning and purpose in your life. Through being brave, vulnerable, kind, compassionate, trusting, accepting, strong, courageous, resilient, hopeful, and by learning self-love and self-care as you develop lifelong friendships and relationships. We do know that that's a tall order, and our friends, the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse, are helping us to fulfill it. Many of you have already met Reverend Catherine Bonin, the happiness minister, and she and Reverend Larry are two of my favorite people on this planet. So it is with great joy that they said yes to helping me on this series. I know you'll love their messages. Here's a little message from Reverend Larry King.
Hey everyone, I'm Reverend Larry's friend, the other Reverend Larry, and it's my pleasure to help with her series on life, love, and the pursuit of happiness according to the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse. It's really one of my favorite books, and I've been given the pleasure of talking about friendships. So I'll be meeting up with you towards the end of July to discuss friendships. And I'll give you a teaser. First of all, what does friendship mean to you? We're going to learn what it means to the main characters in this book, but what does friendship mean to you? And then the second thing you might want to think about is, how do you know that you've got a friend? So I'll be checking in with you in July. I'm delighted to be a part of your community for this series. And kudos to the other Reverend Larry for inviting me. Take care. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Reverend Larry, for those teasers. I'm certainly looking forward to your message on friendships and relationships. And now a little bit more about our search for meaning, which is our topic for today. Viktor Frankl also said, life is not primarily a quest for pleasure, as Freud believed, or a quest for power, as Alfred Adler taught, but a quest for meaning. The greatest task for any person is to find meaning in his or her life. So our greatest task is to find meaning. It's no wonder we're always in search of it. And I'm going to let Reverend Catherine help you out here. You might already know her. She's done some messages for me before, and she holds a special place in my heart because she was the official facilitator of my ordination. I'm so grateful to her for sending me the book on which this series is based, and even more grateful that she said yes to providing many of the messages in the series.
Thanks, Reverend Larry, and hello, beautiful people. I am thrilled to be able to be with you some this summer and explore and enjoy this incredible book with you. And I'd like to tell you a little about how it came to me. It was March 2020. Everybody remembers that month, right? The pandemic had just been announced and the whole world shut down. I had been planning a 60th birthday party, and it became clear pretty quickly that that wasn't going to happen. Well, a friend of mine who was going to come to the party and actually help me put it together stopped by my house and left outside my front door a copy of this book along with a very sweet card. I sat down and opened the book, and within an hour, I had a new idea for my birthday. I decided I would give my friends all a gift. I'd send them all this book and ask them to read it, to find the page that touched them the most, and then to join me on my Zoom birthday, where we'd all have the opportunity to share about the page we picked and why. Well, my friends loved the book, and the online party was fun and fabulous. It was a great way to celebrate during that uncertain and challenging time. And since then, I've given this book to dozens of people, Reverend Larry being one of them. It spoke to her in the same way that it spoke to me, and I understand that she's given away dozens of copies as well. Well, you know, as friends and colleagues, she and I often share sermon ideas, stories, that kind of thing. And so we talked a little bit about doing a series on this book. When she asked if I'd participate, I said, of course I would. How could I not? It's such a wonderful story about four unlikely friends who share wisdom about life's challenges and about finding their way home. It's beautiful in so many ways, in the writing, in the exquisite illustrations, in the love that these four friends share, and the metaphors offered about life in its pages. As Reverend Larry said, the book starts with the boy being lost, looking for home. He's a little frightened and a lot inquisitive. He runs into the mole, a small, enthusiastic animal that likes cake. The mole reminds us that we're all trying to get home. And isn't that true? Isn't that the journey that we're all on? Isn't that the end goal, to return to God? And in the process, don't we want to have a closer walk? You also probably know this about Reverend Larry. She loves A Course in Miracles. Me too. One of the foundational truths presented in that material is that we never actually left the garden. We only fell asleep. We're only dreaming. And the Course calls us to wake up and recognize that heaven or the garden is right here, right now, right where we are. I find it incredible that pretty much every religion, every spiritual philosophy, and every tradition sees this thing called life as a journey returning home and a walk that needs to be close and connected to spirit. And while we all are on our own path, we're all going to the same place. Once upon a time, there were 4 people on religious pilgrimages from 4 different countries and 4 different philosophies. They each traveled from their homeland to the base of a high mountain. Each had come a very long way, and they'd been told by the elders in their culture which path to take once they got to the mountain, and that path would take them to the top, and that was the only path that would allow them to find God. So they all arrived around the same time. None of them knew each other, but they quickly became friendly. The first one said, "Well, hello, I'm trying to find God. I've been told that there are many, many paths here. However, the right path to take is the flowery meadow path. And if I follow it, I've been told I will find God, the great mother of all. You guys should come with me." And the second gentleman said, "Well, that's interesting, but I've been told that the right path is the steep cliffside path, that one over there. And if I follow it to the top, I'll find God. I think you all should come with me." And the third said, "Strange that we've all been told to follow different paths. I've been told that the right path is the river valley path. And if I follow it, at the top, I'll find God, the great spirit in all things." And the fourth just shook his head and laughed a little and said, "Yes, this is very strange. I've been told to follow an even different path. My path is the deep forest path. And I've been told that if I follow it to the top, I will find God, that great peaceful silence." Well, the travelers were all surprised and a little confused because they were certain that the path that they were told to go on is the path that the others before them had taken, and that that's the one they should take. So they all tried to convince the others that they should travel up the mountain together on the one path they each thought was the right path. But no one would change. No one agreed to go off the path that was recommended to them. Each was sure that theirs was the only way to enlightenment. So bidding each other goodbye, they began their journeys to the top of the mountain. As they started out, each one started singing their song of praise to God. They could hear each other singing in the distance, and they all thought that the other songs sounded a little strange. Well, soon, the paths had separated so much that they really were traveling alone. They could no longer hear the others. Sometimes traveling the path was easy, and sometimes it was very difficult. Well, finally, each traveler made it to the top of the mountain. They began to hear the other travelers' songs once again. Now they realized how beautiful the songs were, even though they were very different from their own. And all 4 came to the top of the mountain within minutes of each other. They stopped and looked around. The first one said, "Oh, great mother of all, I have found you." The second, "Oh, great Father in heaven, I have found you." The third, "Oh, great Spirit in all things, I have found you." And the fourth, "Oh, peaceful silence, I have found you." But you see, all of them realized that they were calling out to the same God, and they realized that they were searching for the same thing. Though each had called God by something different, each had arrived there in a different way, they all got to the same place pretty much at the same time. And when they realized that, they reached out and grabbed each other's hands. They formed a circle right there at the top of the mountain, and they began to sing their songs. And now each one, as they sang their individual song, recognized that there was a harmony, that these songs blended together beautifully, and that there really was only one song of love for the divine. You see, in this story, the mountain was in front of them. These travelers had to climb that mountain. And in our book, the boy and the mole find themselves with a river in front of them. And they don't know what to do. Now what? They wondered. Which brings us to a question that we all find ourselves up against at various times in our lives. What's next? And how do we find our own path? Well, I think sometimes some of us make it harder than it has to be. When it's time to do something, Spirit within us will let us know. It might be a gentle nudge, it might be a loud sign, but we'll know. The sign will be obvious. Your path will unfold. Follow the river. Trust the process. It'll be wonderful. See what
Oh!
Are you all right?
Oh, sorry. Yes, totally fine. No, just thought we should start looking for that river.
Did the old mole say which way we should follow?
I didn't ask her that.
Oh,
See what I mean about the metaphors? There's so much in this book. So I'm so looking forward to sharing it with you and sharing some of my ideas with you. So I'll be doing 4 of the Sunday talks in the series. You'll get to hear my perspective on vulnerability, kindness, self-love, resilience. Who among us couldn't use a few gentle lessons on these subjects, right? Well, I look forward to seeing you again in a couple of weeks. Bye, everyone.
As we all know, and as the people journeying to the top of that mountain that Reverend Catherine talked about eventually realized, we each have our own path to awakening, to finding home. And there is only one song of life. The boy, as he looks into the river, sees a key to finding meaning, even though he's still searching.
isn't it odd? We can only see our outsides, but nearly everything happens on the inside.
That one saying in that one segment in the movie is one of my favorite. It's all about our philosophy, isn't it? We're searching for home, and often we search on the outside, and almost everything is happening on the inside. Indeed, everything we could possibly imagine wanting is right within us. So how is it that we so often forget, as Jesus frequently reminded us, the kingdom of heaven is within us? It's easy to get lost and be on a search to find our way home. We do need to follow that river of consciousness that knows where the lights are and knows where home is. There is a great truth in that phrase. Home is where the heart is. In Creative Mind, Ernest Holmes writes, "Wake up. Your word is all powerful. Your consciousness is one of omnipotence. Your thought is infinite. Your destiny is eternal. And your home is everlasting heaven." Our destiny may be eternal, and I know that I often feel that I've lost my way, that things around me can begin to whelm me, and I need a bit more love and more hugs. And here's where I think that the boy and the mole and the fox have great information for us. The book says a lot about our search. "Sometimes I feel lost," said the boy. "Me too," says the mole. "But we love you, and love brings you home." And it seems quite profound when the mole says, "I think everyone is just trying to get home." We're all searching for home, are we not? Searching for that place where we feel loved and safe and free and happy and joyous. Chris Michaels in Soul's Assignment wrote, "We've been created and then left alone to discover our Creator. In time, we all find our way home because the Creator placed a homing device within each of us. Our intense desire for love is that homing device, and it will always lead us directly back to the one and only source of unconditional love." I don't know about you, but I find it quite comforting to know that there is a homing device that leads me back to the source of unconditional love. I also know that it can at times feel like my homing device is a little bit out of whack, or that maybe it needs the batteries recharged. Those are the times when I'm searching for meaning or purpose. Those are the times when I forget that heaven is right within me. Those are the times when I forget that my destiny is eternal and my home is everlasting heaven. Those are the times when I can't see the river or the lights. So, what might I do during those times? Ernest Holmes offered a little bit of advice on that in his book, Observations. First, at home in the silence of our own thought, let us heal ourselves of fear, of doubt, of uncertainty. Let our lives be peaceful. Let our lives be whole. Then shall that peace, which is God abiding within us, radiate from us. So what might help you heal yourself of fear and doubt and uncertainty? In the next few weeks, we explore many of the ways to do just that, so that we can find that peace and find our home and allow it to radiate from us. So let me offer you this tool for the week. Follow the river to the light. Like the boy, you might not see the river right away. You might need a new perspective. And what I know to be the truth is your river is there to guide you to the light. So in the silence of your thoughts, keep looking for the light.
So, what are we doing?
Well, we're on a quest for cake.
Are you now?
No, not really. We're following the river to find a home.
How far is it?
We don't know.
Well, let's get going then.
How might you truly search for meaning in your life and discover the joys of life? Well, be engaged in your quest for meaning. Know at times that you may feel lost, and choose how to respond to circumstances that come up for you. Remember, nearly everything happens on the inside. Follow that river of consciousness that leads you home. Remember, you're not alone, that everyone's trying to get home. So allow Spirit to lead you. Listen to your inner voice. Tune in to that homing device. Love does bring us home. And if you can't see the river, search for it from a higher perspective. So here's your affirmation for the week. How is it I so easily and willingly decide what my existence might be, Tune into my homing device and allow love and spirit to bring me home. And your challenge for this week is just to pause throughout your days. Notice if you're still following your river or if you've forgotten and taken a detour somewhere. Check in every night. Ask yourself, how am I doing on my search for meaning? And know that you are wrapped in love, that unconditional love of spirit who will always guide you to your home, to your place of meaning. Let's pray. So we each take a deep, nourishing breath. We connect with that divine being, that place within us that knows the truth of who we are, that knows the love and the joy, that truly already knows our meaning and our purpose. And what I know to be the truth is that each of us is taking this journey with the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse, so that we can deepen our knowledge of who we are and how we can truly rest in the home of the divine, rest in that garden, wake up from the dream, and live in love and laughter. So I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for this opportunity to bring you this series. And I am grateful to know that the God without is the God in each of us, in every holy instant. So from that gratitude, I just release my word into the law of mind, spirit, and action, knowing the divine has already said yes. It's already done, so I can call it good. Say amen. And let's affirm it together as a community. And so it is. And I want to thank everyone who has been donating. We have a new computer that I'm getting all set up, and it's just delightful to have a system that actually is capable of doing all the things we need to do for these Sunday services without having to crash every few minutes or a few hours. So thank you so much for your generosity. And I hope that this series brings you so much joy that you will continue to donate and see us as your spiritual guides. Have a great week. Enjoy our offertory song.
From the love of your spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal, bless, and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me, multiplied abundantly. From the love of your spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal, bless, and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me, multiplied abundantly. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is.
You can find all of the information for donating at our website at cslsoutheastla.org. You can use the donate button there, or you can use Zella or Venmo at 225-287-8887. You can text your amount to 1-225-320-5100, or you can mail your donation to CSL Southeast Louisiana, care of Reverend Larrye-Marie Heyl, 445 Magnolia Wood Avenue, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 70808. We thank you for your tithes and donations, and we appreciate the fact that you are giving gifts that are flowing out to everyone we touch. And today, as you know, our service was about searching for meaning. We saw the boy searching, though not by himself. So I think this song by Karen Drucker sums up what the boy might have been thinking at times when he was following the river to find home. Sing along with Karen as she sings, I Don't Walk Alone.
Good morning. Here's what I want to remind you of. You are never alone. I am never alone. We are never, ever alone. You feel that? That's what it's all about. Good. All right, get up off your seats. Here's your chorus. I want you to sing. I don't walk alone. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. Okay, got it? I don't walk alone. Sing with me now. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. I felt so lost, I couldn't find my way. Searching for an answer, how to make it through the day. I called out for help and felt something shift inside. A presence, a power that cannot be denied. I don't walk alone. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. You singing with me now? I don't walk alone. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. No matter what I call it, no matter what I believe, I know that when I'm hurting, if I ask, I will receive the love that I am needing, the peace within my soul. I can surrender and let go. I don't walk alone. Walk. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. Grace. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. Walk. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. Grace. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. I'm never alone. I'm never alone. I am never, ever alone. Can you declare that for yourself? Just say, never alone. I am never alone. I am never, ever alone. Never alone. Spirit is with me. Never alone. Spirit is with me. I am never, never alone. Spirit is with me. I am never alone. Spirit is with me. Never. Spirit is with me. Never, ever alone. Spirit is with me. I am never alone. Spirit is with me. Never alone. I am never, ever alone. Never alone. I am never, ever alone. Never, ever, 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 ever alone.
So next week, we continue our series by looking into all the ways we find out who we are as we search for meaning in our lives. Our title next week, Self-Discovery. So I hope you'll join us as we discover how to dig deep into our own hearts and find out the truth of who we are and where home lies within us. Thank you for joining us today. I invite you to like us on Facebook at Center for Spiritual Living, Southeast Louisiana. And please follow us on our YouTube channel at CSL SELA. And it's just about time to join in our community time, which is a live discussion that follows the service every Sunday at 11:45 a.m. You have a little bit of time to go get a cup of coffee or some tea, and then dial into our conference line. The number is 540-792-0192, and the participation code is 475220. We hope you'll join us. And in closing, remember, Disney claims to be the happiest place on earth, but we at the Center for Spiritual Living know that we are absolutely the most joyful. So until we meet again, may we be wrapped in the arms of love and kindness. And may you tune in to your homing device and discover what your existence might be and who you might become in the next moment as you search for meaning in your life. May you discover the lights along your river that bring you home. Because what I know is the truth is when we choose heaven, when we find our true home in the love that surrounds us, we feel very much alive.
Alive, alive forevermore. My spirit is alive, alive forevermore. Alive, alive, alive forevermore. My spirit is alive. Sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah. My spirit is alive forevermore. Sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah. My spirit is alive, 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 alive forevermore. My spirit is alive, alive forevermore. Alive, alive, alive forevermore. My spirit